moving to Asia, especially as a white guy, will solve your porn addiction. The reason why you're addicted to porn is because you're trying to satisfy a need. And there's nothing like wrong with that. We've all got sexual needs and everything. However, we do know by research and like personal experience that watching porn doesn't really make us feel good about ourselves. It ruins our dopamine and stuff like that. And I'm sure you'd much prefer to be having sex. However, the problem is like when you're on dating apps, you're probably barely like getting any matches anyway. And if you do manage to date a girl, you're not even attracted to her. So porn is honestly better than like having sex with basically a walrus or like a pig woman. So I don't blame you at all for watching porn. It's honestly like the logical response. It's honestly like the logical reaction to your life pretty much. Because why wouldn't you watch porn? Because like if you either don't have access to any women, or maybe you've got access to women but you're not attracted to them at all. And this is why I say that Asia maxing will solve your porn addiction, because when you move to Asia as a white guy, you literally can sleep with pretty much any girl you want. Girls who are like really attractive, who are like 8 out of 10, they look like models. They are genuinely attracted to them, to you, and you can honestly like have sex with them on the first date quite easily. And when you have like abundance of pretty much like beautiful women whenever you want, you no longer have the urge to watch porn because you no longer need it. I'm sure I've got a lot of like no fap guys who watch my content because I feel like Asia maxing, it's kind of associated with like self-improvement, red pill, black pill, looks maxing, all that stuff. So I'm sure I've got a lot of like no fap guys here. And if you've been struggling with nofap for like quite a while, honestly, the hack would be to just move to Asia, because you shouldn't be relying on your self-control and discipline to not watch porn. Because at the end of the day, your brain is telling you to watch porn because you have a need, a sexual need that's not being satisfied, and you want to satisfy it. The thing is, people say like lust is bad and everything, and lust is bad if it's uncontrolled. However, there's nothing wrong with being horny. There's nothing wrong with being aroused. Like, these are very natural human instincts, and you do want to satisfy those needs. And that's why moving to Asia, it will satisfy your needs. Because let's say you're in America right now or you're in England, it's going to be so difficult to satisfy your sexual needs in a healthy way. Because you've pretty much only got two options right now, actually, three options right now. You can either watch porn, which you know is bad and you probably do want to stop, or you date a girl who's like basically a pig or a walrus and you're not attracted to her. That doesn't help either. Or you pay for escorts. And I'm not sure where you are in the world. Like in America, I'm pretty sure it's kind of illegal. And you don't want to be paying for it either, because you're not going to get genuine attraction. You're going to feel very empty. You're not going to get the emotional intimacy needs met if you like pay for prostitutes. Whenever I'm Asia maxing, for example, I'm in the Philippines, the idea of watching porn doesn't even enter my mind. Like, the thought of watching porn doesn't even enter my mind, because I'm so sexually satisfied when I'm there. Like, I don't even think about it. I don't need porn. Because it's satisfied. Like when you eat food, for example, and you're full and you're satiated, you're satisfied. Sex is just like food. When you with like sex, you like really crave it and everything. When you're hungry and you haven't eaten in a while, you crave food. But if you have food all the time, you have 3 meals a day, you're not hungry at all, you're not gonna think about food, you're not gonna obsess about food, because when you're full, you no longer have that obsession with eating as if you was hungry. And sex is exactly the same. When you are sexually active and you're having sex almost every day, you no longer obsess about sex. You don't think about it because you feel satisfied. The only people who like obsess about sex are people who aren't having sex. The reason why you have a porn addiction and you obsess over porn and you watch it like once or twice or even 3 times a day is because your brain is craving intimacy so badly, but you can't get it. You're not getting intimacy from porn, and that's why you're addicted to it and you keep watching it and watching it, because deep down you're really craving real intimacy, real sexual intimacy with a woman who, especially if she's beautiful, and you're just not getting it. And your brain thinks if you watch porn that it will satisfy that urge, but it can't satisfy it because it's not real. Porn can't satisfy that desire for intimacy. It really can't. And it's really sad because men are almost forced to watch porn now because the S&V inflation is so crazy high. It's like if you're just a normal guy, even if you work hard and you self-improve, you literally don't have access to any women. So what are you even expected to do? Are you expected to just not watch porn, like not fap, have no intimacy at all? Like sex is literally a human need. You know, like the pyramid, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sex is literally the most fundamental need. It's on the same category as like breathing air or like eating food and stuff like that. Sex is literally just as much of a need as like eating food. So if you've been struggling with porn for a while and you've got this porn addiction and like no-fap isn't really working, you always relapse, like you try no-fap and then every week you keep relapsing and you feel terrible about yourself and you don't know how to solve this problem, Asia Maxing will solve it. I promise you, it will solve it. Once you have access to like abundance of beautiful women whenever you want, you no longer have that urge to watch porn. If you're curious about Asia Maxing and you want to move to Asia, check the link in the description. I've got this private community where you can make friends with like other Asia Maxers. For example, I've got this American guy who's living in Vietnam. I've got this British guy who wants to move to the Philippines. I got a German guy who wants to move to the Philippines. I've also got like a course on how to make money online with video editing. And I was a video editor for like 13 years. That's how I afforded to move to the Philippines, was I was just making money online with video editing. So I've got like a course on how to make money online. You can make like $1,000 a month in 3 months. It's not that difficult. Like literally in 3 months from now, you can literally be in Asia maxing if you like learn video editing and stuff. So if you're curious about all of these Asia maxing stuff, just check the link in the description and see if you want to join.